Alright, good day, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter. For those of you that are new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can know when I'm uploading to the channel. So today, you guys, I'm here to give you your ancestor message, and the message for you today is you can't accelerate this. This process in your journey is going to take as long as it needs to take. You're not going to be able to accelerate this. All right, you're not going to be able to speed this up. All right, this is going to have to, this transformation, this shift, this cosmic energy that you're feeling right now. You're gonna just have to go through it. All right, it's not gonna last too long, and you're gonna feel this throughout the year. Okay, right now what's happening to you energetically is you are going through this shift, and as you and the universe, you and this world is going through this cosmic shift right now. All right, and this shift has been happening for years and years and years, but the earth is transitioning to its new earth. And so because the earth is transitioning to its new earth, you are experiencing all of these different symptoms, okay? And these symptoms are like side effects to you shifting in your consciousness, okay? So a lot of people like to call this like ascension fatigue. To me, I like to call it the ascension acclimation, all right? Because that's really what it is. I was thinking about like when I left Germany to go to Colorado, and how, you know, the elevation was so high, and because the elevation was so high, what ended up happening was I started experiencing like headache, you know, dehydration. It was like no matter how much water I drank, I was always thirsty. I didn't want to eat too much like of the same foods. I don't want to eat a lot of the same foods now, and it's like my body has been like completely rejecting a lot of things, you know. And so right now you may be feeling some of these acclimation symptoms too. You may be feeling dizziness, headaches, you know. You might be leaning away from a lot of meats. You may want to be light, you know, not want to eat so much, being very conscious and very mindful about what you're eating. You might have had this spurge that you just want to clean up everything and do like some spring, summer cleaning or something like that. That's because your body is going through this shift along with the cosmos, all right? And so because you're going through the shift along with the cosmos, you're starting to experience all these different things. You might be hearing some ringing in your ears. Your ears may be cracking. All kinds of different things could be happening, but your guides and your ancestors are saying that you cannot accelerate this. It has to go at the pace that it needs to go at, all right? Especially for those that are experiencing like transformations and experiencing like different forms of healing and working on different parts of themselves. That situation, those things are going to have to go at the pace that it needs to go at in order for the whole issue to be rectified, all right? So even thinking about like when you're looking at certain wounds that you have, okay? Certain wounds that you have. When you're dealing with certain wounds, the first part of healing the wound is identifying the type of wound that you have, okay? And so once you identify the type of wound that you have, if it's one of those deeply bruised, deeply cut, deeply penetrated wounds that's just bleeding profusely, you need to apply pressure and dressing. That's all you can do until you get with your team, your guides, your ancestors, your team, your surgical team, to tell you what type of wound it is, how long, what's going to be required in order for you to treat the wound, how long it's going to take for the wound to heal, and how long is your rehabilitation process going to be, and what does that all entail. And so your wound is different than everyone else's wound. You all may have similar experiences to other people, but your wound is different. The way you've been, whatever has traumatized you differently. Whatever you have experienced, you experienced it differently. So it's going to require something different for you than it did for the next person, all right? So think about like, you know, if somebody had somebody had a broken bone and the bone was sticking out their leg. All right, so now they don't put the tourniquet on the leg to splint the leg, just until they get to the specialist that's going to deal with that type of injury, right? And then that specialist tell you, like, all right, well, we're going to have to clean this wound, we're going to apply this so that it don't get infected. All right, so this is going to take a process, because we have to sterilize this area so that it doesn't get affected. So you have to isolate the area. That's what Source is doing with you right now. They're isolating the area. You are the area that they are isolating. The thing within you is what they are isolating. This is what your guides and ancestors are isolating. So now this wound, this area has been isolated, and now they're going to start doing what they need to do. First things first is they got to figure out how to get that bone back inside. All right, because it's broken. All right, so the bone has to be repaired. So what needs to happen? There's going to be a type of surgery that's going to be performed, and they're going to figure out a way to get that bone back alive, and they're going to wrap that thing up, and it's going to be casted in a cast for months, probably, until it's mended, it reconnects, and then it's healed, right? Or if it's a gunshot wound, same thing. You know, they're going to have to clean the area. They're going to isolate the area, clean the area, figure out the entry point and the exit point, mend the wound. They're going to have to, you know, you might be able to put a wrap on it and heal, but you might need something different. You might need some stitches, you know. Just because they just had a little cut and needed some Neosporin and a Band-Aid, you might actually need some stitches. So it depends on what type of one you have and how intense the injury is. And then now your team get in there, and then they say, all right, this one gonna require this. So now it's taking you 2 months just for that wound. You can't accelerate that. You need to feel everything you need to feel, observe everything that needs to be observed, learn everything that needs to be learned about that particular wound, about that particular situation. You need to go through that rehabilitative process in order for this thing to be completely healed. Now, it may not be 100% when it's done, but it's going to be at its best performance that it can be. Because if you leave it unattended, infection's gonna set in. It's gonna get worse. You might not even be able to walk straight, depending on whatever the injury is. But y'all get the point what your guides and your ancestors are trying to convey. They're saying that you cannot leave these wounds unattended. You cannot leave this process incomplete. You have to complete this process, and you have to complete the process in the time that is required. And that time is no time at all, because time is a construct. It's not even real. It's only real in this dimension. All right? So you might be looking at somebody else's situation like, dang, they healing faster. You don't even know if they got the whole wound, like if they addressed the whole wound. Maybe it's a past job. Maybe they ain't had the same type of insurance you had, so they had to, cheap out on it. But you got that good insurance and you get everything done. They got to do it a little bit at a time. And so that's what they're saying is like, you can't speed this up because you might create further injuries. Sometimes even like when it comes to your soul purpose, you like, oh, I want to be I want to be able to see my ancestors. Well, if you see them and they startle you, you might go crazy. So you have to develop on certain levels, rid yourself of certain fears and phobias and things like that, in order for certain things to even be revealed to you. So you even have to work on that. Or you want you want to be in a particular position, you can. But are all the other things that you need to stabilize you while you're performing in that position, are they rectified? And so that's what they're saying. Don't try to speed this up. There's a process to all of this stuff. Everyone is shifting into a certain consciousness at different times, at different capacities. The way you enter into it may be different than someone else enter into it. The way the elders enter into it may be different than how you enter into it. But you have to be patient with whatever this process is. And once you have had the patience that is necessary and required, went through the proper transformation at the proper time, you're going to be good. But you're not going to be able to speed it up. It's nothing that you can do to accelerate this. You guys and your ancestors are really wanting you to really observe yourself while you're going through this exploration of self. You're going to stumble across different things within. Different wounds, different situations, all kinds of different things are going to begin to reveal itself to you. And it's going to take you whatever time it's going to take you to deal with those things. With your ascension, with your elevation, you're going to elevate at the time that you need to elevate. You could try to rush it, but what's going to happen is you're going to injure yourself. You have to build up these muscles. Your intuitive eye has to build its muscle up. Your soul has to build up its endurance. All of these things are going to need stamina. You are going to have to build this. You're not going to go in the gym and, well, if you small like me, you ain't finna go in the gym and be benching no 135. Maybe 45. You know. You're not going to go in and lift your maximum weight on the first day that you enter the gym. You're not going to see results from eating clean and detoxing in the first day. And you're not going to be a master teacher or a master healer or whatever you want to call yourself in a week, a month, or a year. It's always going to be growing. Constant growth is going to be occurring all the time on this journey. So, you can't speed this up. You can't accelerate this. You have to go at the pace that source has you going at. You have to build up your stamina and you have to build up your endurance. Now, this don't have nothing to do with manifestation yet, y'all. Like, this is talking about this frequency and this shift into this cosmic energy and tapping into your gifts and things like that. Manifestation is all mindset. Manifestation is all belief. Not begging, hoping, wishing, but claiming. it's already present, you know. So that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this message. Just know, just take your time with everything that you're doing. Your guides and your ancestors are there each step of the way. They are your surgical team. They're going to help you with every wound that you have. They're going to help you with everything. They're going to help you with your ascension, your acceleration, and all that good jazz. Not your acceleration, but they're going to help you with all the things along this journey. So just take your time. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. All right? Do what it is that you need to do to ensure that you're addressing as much as you possibly can within yourself on a day-to-day. I was listening, I was like, is there anything else? And then I'm also listening for a snake, y'all, because when I was over there, I could have sworn I heard a snake. In Texas, too, got rattlesnakes, so I don't want no rattlesnake to be over there and all those things. So I'm not about to play around with that. You know, I ain't scared. I just need to be observant and be able to identify what type of snake that is, if it is one. So, but yeah, so that's what y'all gotta do, y'all. Can't speed this up. Just be observant. Pay attention to all things that's going on within you. Make sure that you're taking your time. Making sure that you understand what's going on with yourself. Continuously drink water. Stay hydrated. If your body is calling for you to eat light, it's trying to assist you in shifting further into this frequency, and it's just gonna help you along the way, because the higher your vibrational frequency is, the easier this ascension and this transformation is going to be for you. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this message, and I'll holler at y'all.